Welcome to www.theaustraliantest.com, your trusted resource for Australian Citizenship Test preparation with 12 years of experience. In this video, we will present 20 unique multiple-choice questions drawn directly from the official guide, Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond. Each question comes with a detailed explanation to enhance your understanding. Please do not skip and watch continuously for the best learning experience. Do not forget to share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started.
Question 1. What form of government does Australia follow? Option A, democracy. Option B, autocracy. Option C, dictatorship. Option D, monarchy. The correct answer is democracy. Explanation: Australia is a democracy. A democracy is a system of government in which citizens freely choose representatives to govern the country and make laws on their behalf. Question 2. What does mateship mean in Australia? Option A, in times of need, helping and receiving help from each other. Option B, not helping others. Option C, not receiving help from others. Option D, only helping close friends. The correct answer is in times of need, helping and receiving help from each other. Explanation: in Australia, there is a spirit of mateship. This means we help and receive help from each other in times of need. A mate is often a friend, but can also be a total stranger. Question 3. Many Australians can describe themselves as Option A, Hindus. Option B, Buddhists. Option C, Christians. Option D, Muslims. The correct answer is Christians. Explanation: Australia has a Judeo-Christian heritage, and many Australians describe themselves as Christians. However, the government in Australia is secular. This means that there is no official national religion. Question 4. How do Australians believe change should occur? Option A, through violent protests. Option B, by forceful government intervention. Option C, through discussion, peaceful persuasion, and the democratic process. Option D, by ignoring problems until they resolve themselves. The correct answer is through discussion, peaceful persuasion, and the democratic process. Explanation: the Australian citizenship. Our common bond explicitly states that Australians believe change should occur through discussion, peaceful persuasion, and the democratic process. Question 5. Which of these is true about participating in Australian society? Option A, all citizens are encouraged to participate in society in Australia. Option B, only senior citizens are encouraged to participate in society in Australia. Option C, only youngsters are encouraged to participate in society in Australia. Option D, participation in society is discouraged in Australia. The correct answer is all citizens are encouraged to participate in society in Australia. Explanation: Australia encourages all citizens to participate in society. Citizens who participate in society contribute to Australia in many ways. You can join neighborhood and local communities. You can volunteer to do social and community work. You can join an arts or cultural organization. You can also actively participate in political life. Question 6. What principle ensures that all Australians, regardless of their position or status, are subject to the same laws? Option A, rule of law. Option B, equal law. Option C, one law. Option D, section of law. The correct answer is rule of law. Explanation: all Australians are equal under the law and no person or group is above the law. This is called the rule of law. Question 7. Select the true statement about laws in Australia. Option A, others can be encouraged to break the law in Australia. Option B, a person has the right to damage the reputation of another in Australia. Option C, a person's good name can be protected against false information through laws in Australia. Option D, there are no laws protecting against false information in Australia. The correct answer is a person's good name can be protected against false information through laws in Australia. Explanation: we cannot make false allegations, encourage others to break the law, or damage another person's reputation. There are laws to protect a person's good name against false information. Question 8. Which of the following statements is true about equality in Australia? Option A, in courts of law, women and men are treated equally. Option B, in courts of law, women get privileged treatment. Option C, in courts of law, women and men are treated differently. Option D, courts of law favor men over women. The correct answer is, in courts of law, women and men are treated equally. Explanation: men and women are treated equally in courts of law. Question 9. Voting is compulsory in Australia in which elections? Option A, state. Option B, federal. Option C, territory. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Explanation: voting is compulsory for Australian citizens aged 18 years or over in federal and state or territory elections. Question 10. How can you directly contribute to the Australian community? Option A, by traveling abroad. Option B, by paying tax. Option C, by making use of public transport. Option D, by shopping at local store. The correct answer is by paying tax. Explanation: paying tax is another important way you directly contribute to the Australian community. Tax is paid out of the money you earn, whether it's from a job, a business, or investments. Question 11. What does the Australian Citizenship, our common bond, emphasize as vital for all Australian citizens? Option A, to be physically fit for military service. Option B, to have military training. Option C, to be committed to joining together to defend the nation and its way of life, if necessary. Option D, to actively participate in the Australian Defence Force. The correct answer is to be committed to joining together to defend the nation and its way of life if necessary. Explanation: the Australian citizenship, our common bond, emphasizes that it is vital that all Australian citizens be committed to joining together to defend the nation and its way of life if necessary. Question 12. Select the true statement about violence in Australia. Option A, because of ethnicity, trying to make other people hate or act violently towards others is illegal. Option B, because of culture, trying to make other people hate or act violently towards others is illegal. Option C, all of the above. Option D, violence is sometimes acceptable in Australia. The correct answer is all of the above. Explanation: it is against the law to be violent towards another person. Violence of any kind, including verbal and physical abuse, is illegal. Question 13. What does the Australian concept of a fair go represent? Option A, achievement based on wealth and social status. Option B, equal outcomes for everyone, regardless of effort. Option C, achievement based on talent, work, and effort, not wealth or background. Option D, a society with formal class distinctions. The correct answer is achievement based on talent, work, and effort, not wealth or background. Explanation: Australians value equal opportunity in our society, what is often called a fair go. This means that what someone achieves in life should be as a result of their talents, work, and effort rather than their wealth or background. This is to ensure that there are no formal class distinctions in Australian society. Question 14. In Australia, you should be a minimum of -years to register your name and address on the electoral roll. Option A, 25 years. Option B, 23 years. Option C, 21 years. Option D, 18 years. The correct answer is 18 years. Explanation: in Australia, citizens aged 18 years or over must enroll to vote in federal, state, and territory elections and referenda on constitutional change. Question 15. Select the true statement about Australian consular assistance. Option A, you won't get any help from an Australian High Commission in times of need while you are overseas. Option B, you cannot ask for help from an Australian High Commission in times of need while you are overseas. Option C, you can ask for help from an Australian High Commission in times of need while you are overseas. Option D, Australian High Commissions only assist in non-emergency situations. The correct answer is you can ask for help from an Australian High Commission in times of need while you are overseas. Explanation: in many countries, Australia has an embassy, high commission, or consulate. While you are overseas, you can ask for help from an Australian government official in times of need. This includes in the case of emergencies such as civil unrest and natural disasters. Question 16. The people of Australia are proud to live in a peaceful country with a dash system of government. Option A, stable. Option B, unstable. Option C, changing. Option D, evolving. The correct answer is stable. Explanation: Australians are proud to live in a peaceful country with a stable system of government. Question 17. Select the true statement about criticizing the government in Australia. Option A, to change laws, Australians cannot campaign. Option B, the government can be criticized by Australians. Option C, the government cannot be criticized by Australians. Option D, criticizing the government is illegal in Australia. The correct answer is the government can be criticized by Australians. Explanation: Australians can gather with others to protest against a government action or an organization. At all times, however, the laws of Australia must be obeyed. This means that such gatherings must be peaceful and must not injure any person or damage property. Question 18. What does fair go mean for everyone in Australia? Option A, the achievements of a person should be the result of their background. Option B, the achievements of a person should be the result of their wealth. Option C, the achievements of a person should be the result of their hard work. Option D, everyone should achieve the same results regardless of effort. The correct answer is the achievements of a person should be the result of their hard work. Explanation: Australians value equal opportunity in our society, what is often called a fair go. This means that what someone achieves in life should be as a result of their talents, work, and effort, rather than their wealth or background. This is to ensure that there are no formal class distinctions in Australian society. Question 19. Identify the true statement about voting in local government elections. Option A, it is not compulsory to vote in local government elections in all states. Option B, it is not compulsory to vote in local government elections in some states. Option C, it is compulsory to vote in local government elections in all states. Option D, local government elections do not exist in Australia. The correct answer is, it is not compulsory to vote in local government elections in some states. Explanation: voting is compulsory in federal and state or territory elections. It may not be compulsory to vote in local government elections in some states. Question 20. Select the correct statement about Australian citizenship for children born overseas. Option A, only if children are born in Australia and New Zealand, Australians can be registered as Australian citizens. Option B, children born overseas to Australians can be registered as Australian citizens. Option C, children born overseas to Australians cannot be registered as Australian citizens. Option D, there is no provision for children born overseas to become Australian citizens. The correct answer is children born overseas to Australians can be registered as Australian citizens. Explanation: Australian citizens can apply for their child born overseas to become an Australian citizen by descent.
Thanks for watching. We hope you answered all the questions correctly and this practice test helped you prepare for your Australian Citizenship Test. Remember to check out www.theaustraliantest.com for more free resources and practice tests. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful content. Good luck on your journey to Australian citizenship.